Effective clears for Waterways. Now, Waterways sucks. It's the aqueducts from Act 4, just a lot brighter out. The sun's out this time. But the map itself, I mean, it's a tier 13, so you might just be a little hurt on your map pool. Want a better way to, or you're trying to build out your map pool. Just don't have a lot to throw away. Whatever the case is, you gotta run it. Also, can drop crystal belts, which crystal belts are always loved for general resale, pop a chance on them, essence, whatever the case is. Now this was actually a pretty decent roll, so we are going to throw a fragment in with it. It's got good quantity, great pack size, well, great quantity and pack size, and we're actually going to toss on some decent league stones. For most of my effective clear videos, we don't do great league stones, but I really want a damn crystal bell. It's a good enough roll that it's worth dumping them, and you can always take them out after the run. So, item quantity, blah blah blah, here we go. Waterways. Okay, bring out Nick Nasty the Ice Golem. So, we're gonna start off. Now, you pretty much always start in the same thing, with a in a line that's going in this general direction. Now, it gets really rough on effective ways to clear this map, as anyone who runs it is aware. There's usually a lot of backtracking, but we are going to try and minimize that as much as possible. Plaza drop is absolutely awesome because Plaza can drop opals, so it's already a decent run. Viewed wand, and keep moving up. So now, as you'll notice, I just passed a couple of these paths to the left, a couple of the jukes, to get the full vertical cleared. We're gonna run back and then take the lowest path to the left that was available. And the reason we backtracked all here instead of going over here, which you could have actually just taken that to the left and then went downwards. Either way, it would have been, that actually would have been a lot better. I should have done that. But the point is that we're going to try and fully clear the vertical lines before heading off to the left, because once you can't go to the left anymore, you'll be able to go upwards and it'll be the boss. Now, that being said, whenever we cross over a bridge, we're going to want to go down as much as we can. This is a dead end, so that's a pretty decent example. Run back upwards. And no matter what, you will be backtracking at least a little on this map, just because of the terrible layout that they give you. But it is what it is. We're going to try and do it as effectively as possible. We're going to truck through this stuff. Okay, now, we hit a spot here where we could go upwards, could go to the side, could go down. So it's really early in the run, so there's no way this is going to lead to the boss, so we're actually going to go up and get that out of the way. Because in the long run, this is going to minimize our backtracking. Although there will be plenty of backtracking, because that's just how this map is. This is actually going really long, so we could have went down and then came back up, but either way we're in about the same boat. Alright, finally hit the dead end there. So we're going to run all the way back down. This is why this map absolutely sucks. Because we have to clear down here. Now I'm going to be working on my effective ways to clear this map. Simply because anything that drops a crystal belt, opal, or steel ring, I like to run as much as I possibly can. So I will be doing a lot more of this map. I'm trying to iron out slightly better routes, but at the moment this is the best that I could establish for effectively clearing it. So we went down, hit our dead end, we're going to come back up, and here's the first path to the left we can do. Humility, that's always good. Oh, by the way, this map does have humility cards. A pretty decent drop rate too. So that's another good reason to actually run it as much as the layout sucks. Okay, so now before we go to the left, we're going to want to go up and clear out as much of that as we can. Well, clear out all of it. Alright, we hit the dead end. So we're going to go back down. We're going to go to the left, go down, clear this out. Nice, another humility. Alright, dead end. So now this is what I was saying earlier with whether you go up or down, either way it's kind of rough. Because now we have to backtrack and go up, that was a dead end. That dead end we probably could have seen if we were paying better attention to our map, but we didn't. So now since we're taking this boat, because I don't want to run all the way down there, but that means that we are going to have to run downwards here. Vertical lines. It's all about vertical lines when it comes to this map. Hit the dead end, we go down. Alright, keep going over. Almost had a whoopsie daisy there, shape shore. Alright, now before we cross over, we're gonna go down. Shoot over here. We're not gonna go that way, we're just gonna shoot over, clear whatever's hanging out on that bridge. Alright, dead end. Come back up. And you'll notice a lot of the dead ends you'll hit, and then they won't actually have any monsters there, and it's kind of annoying because you just ran all the way for nothing. But you never know with this cursed map if there's going to be monsters at the end of it or not. And if you're trying to maximize your drops, you got to check them all. So now we hit most of our dead ends, are coming back up here, and we're actually at the boss already, which is great. Now there's plenty of videos around the mechanics of the boss and how to beat him. I'm not going to go in crazy detail of that on this video. You'll notice though that he did freeze, turn into like a blob of ice. When he does that, you stop hitting him, you get away, keep distance, come back and shoot him. That's the biggest thing other than avoiding stuff on the ground. But again, there are a lot of videos around clearing him. That's not what this video is for. I don't think there's ever anything in this little path above him. I always check it, but I never find anything. Now that should be it. 0 monsters remaining. So there was a little bit of messy running backtracking, but there will always be. Sometimes when I went up and then went back to go down, it would have been the same thing if I went down and then had to go back and go up. So the main takeaway is that you want to get those vertical lines as much as you can before you move on to the left. You don't have to worry about hitting the boss early, because when you can't go left anymore, upwards will be to the boss. But until then, full vertical up and down until you move left. That's pretty much it. That's a Waterways clear.